Junior football is massive here in Scotland. Why aren't fans allowed back in? You can see I'm passionate about this. I just don't know how the football world can sleep at night. It makes my blood boil. Just have a quick look at a few of these comments. Junior football is massive here in Scotland. When I say junior, and I will be explaining this in a little bit more detail in a minute, I just mean the lower leagues of Scottish football. The grassroots heart, the local team, the small club where communities are ingrained in the teams more than anywhere else. But sadly, this could all be taken away from us soon. I've been meaning to make a video on Scottish junior football for a while, and today seems like the perfect moment. It's a really important video I'm filming today with quite an important message as well. So please stick around and share this video about to any other Scottish football fans. Please hit the like button and, like I say, share the video. It could save Scottish football. So a quick overview on what Scottish junior football actually is. The term junior refers to the level of the leagues and not the age of the players. You have the SPL at the top, Championship second, League 1, League 2. These top 4 tiers of Scottish football make up the SPFL. After that you've got Tier 5, which is the Highland and Lowland League, and then I believe it's Tier 6, which is the Scottish junior football system, which I will be investigating today. But to make things a little bit more confusing, there are conferences and tiers within this tier of Scottish junior football, but essentially think of it all as Tier 6, Tier 7, and it's all kind of regional as well. But yeah, it's a massive part of Scottish football, and there's some really well supported teams at this level. Clydebank, Pollock, East Kilbride Thistle, Auchinleck, Talbot. I hope I'm saying it right. That's where I am just now. If you're a supporter of a junior football team here in Scotland, do let me know below. It'd be good to hear from you. Today I'm going to be exploring 2 teams who are just a few miles apart. Auchinleck Talbot, which is, like I say, where I am now, and Glenafton Athletic. They contest one of the, if not the most, fierce rivalry at this level of football in Scotland. Amazingly, some of the matches between these 2 teams get more people at them than some SPFL games. So here now we're just coming up. You can see a lot of the pitch from outside here anyway. Bit of building work going on to the stadium. But here we're just coming around to the main entrance. You can see they look really well branded actually, with the yellow and the black. The colours of the team, or maybe gold and black, I'm not too sure. Certain clubs in Scotland, Dundee United, are very particular about what you call the shades of their different colours. So yeah, I don't want to get it wrong, but yeah, I'm just here at the home of Auchinleck Talbot Football Club. Auchinleck Talbot Football Club. Yeah, like I say, do let me know if I'm mispronouncing anything today. As ever, look, a cool mural on the wall, and we're here at Beechwood Park, the home here of 6th tier team Auchinleck Talbot. Welcome to Beechwood, and sadly this gate could remain locked for a long time, and let me tell you why. Yeah, like I've mentioned, there's a sad story going on with clubs like this at the moment, but let me give you a little bit of a backstory on the history of this club, and it'll make the situation that they're in all the more saddening, unfortunately. They're 111 years old. They're the current holders of the Scottish Junior Cup and have won the competition a record 13 times, more than double of any other team. Most recently in that competition they beat Largs Thistle, another team in this level of football, in the final at Hamilton Stadium. They play here at Beechwood Park, which can hold around 4,000 fans. Oh, what the club would give right now for that many fans to be back in the terraces here. Since the 2007-2008 season, teams that won the Scottish Junior Cup would then qualify for the Scottish Cup, the highest domestic cup competition here in the country. So yeah, having won that cup so many times, they've qualified for the Scottish Cup a number of times as well. They've taken over 2,000 fans to Tynecastle when they faced Hearts, and they even beat Ayr United of the Championship, which is a massive achievement for a team at this level. They're a hugely respected, well-esteemed club at this level. But let me read a statement out from the club. The committee of Auchinleck Talbot FC, again, pronunciation's been different every time. The committee of ATFC regretfully announced that due to the current restrictions placed on the club, it is our intention now to withdraw from the West of Scotland League for the 2020-21 season. The fact that no fans are allowed into games, and more importantly players not being allowed to use changing and washing facilities, will have severe implications for the health and well-being of both club and players. The club considered that the best and safest way forward was to pause the season, awaiting the possibility of restrictions being eased. This sadly was not the result of the recent all clubs ballot. As a club, we have a duty of care to our playing staff, thus the reason we have come to this decision. We will update our fans regarding the recent sale of season tickets and our intention to return all the monies received from these in the next day or so. Finally, we wish to thank our fans and sponsors who have continued to support the club throughout this time and assure them that we will return as strong as possible whenever it is safe to do so. I then researched the internet to see if any financial packages had been put forward by the government in order to help clubs like this. And this is what I found on edinburghlive.co.uk. Scottish football has reached a bailout agreement with the Scottish Government that will see financial help given to clubs struggling to cope without fans. A number of lower league Scottish clubs were deeply worried that their ability to keep going any longer, etc, etc. The Daily Record reports that there's good news after the Scottish Football Joint Response Group, composed of SPFL and Scottish FA representatives, held positive talks with the Sports Minister. They are set to confirm a deal in a statement due later. The exact details of the arrangements remain unclear, but a cash injection is on the way to clubs to help keep the doors open. Yeah, the doors don't look very open to me. It's all well and good saying there's going to be a cash injection for clubs like this, but has it come too late? They've already withdrawn from the league this year, which is, it's dire. It's diabolical news. I'm not saying the club's diabolical. I don't know what anyone can do differently in a pandemic like this, but surely something better can be done to help these clubs. Like, when was the last time a team had to withdraw from a league? World War II? Yeah, like I said when I read out the statement, a final package is yet to be delivered to clubs. I don't know how much longer they're going to wait. If you have any other information about it, please let me know, and then I can update everyone in a further video down the line. In my personal opinion, and I think I can speak from a fairly knowledgeable point of view, I don't see how a place like this couldn't have some fans at it. Safely anyway, without spreading the virus. I've been to matches in England with fans post-COVID. There's been social distancing, hand sanitizer, the clubs don't go bust, and I bet infection rates aren't even that high. Especially at small grounds like this, when it's almost essentially completely outside. It makes my blood boil that an 111-year-old club like this, with the history that I just outlined, can't compete anymore because of some rules that the government have imposed. I fully sympathise with those affected by the pandemic, but surely after all this time, people can stand outside and apart from one another in order to keep these clubs afloat. It's being done easily around the world in other countries, but for some reason, we're just not getting given the chance. And the people that are really paying for it are the fans from these clubs and the clubs themselves, the players, the managers, everyone associated with them, because their doors are going to be shut, potentially for a year, potentially even longer if it carries on anymore. Who knows? I urge the government, please do something to help. These clubs won't be here much longer if you don't. Anyway, I'm about to head down to their local rivals, Glenafton Athletic, so I'll see you down there. One of my main points about letting fans back in for, you know, to come and watch football at this level is obviously due to the fact that I like creating videos and want to be able to make content, but as well as that, you've got to think from a practical standpoint, how come 50 people can't stand there all spaced out and watch a game of football, yet 50 people could sit inside a cinema and watch a film? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Looks open and I'm in. Inside the home of Glenafton Athletic Football Club. See what I mean? Look, most of these stadiums, I mean, you have to class that stand over there as outside. It's basically not inside. Look, how could you not have this as safe? I know maybe toilets, but again, one-way system, bit of hand sanitizer, and you'd be good to go, you know what I mean? But yeah, here we are inside Glenafton Athletic FC, another well-known team here for this level of Scottish football. 2 Scottish Junior Cups they've won, and they have a big rivalry with their local rivals, a stone's throw from where I just was, the club from just before. But again, let me read you out a club statement. So, Sunday the 11th of October, today I'm filming on the 16th, so not long ago, and remember there was that little package for clubs across Scotland to help them financially. But yeah, this was only, what, 5 days ago from when this is being recorded, so let me read this out to you. It is with regret that the committee of Glenafton Athletic announce our withdrawal from participation in the 2020-2021 West of Scotland Football League. We have carefully considered all of the information and options we have at our disposal and have arrived at our decision based on the following. Our club members and supporters are quite simply the lifeblood of our club. We rely heavily on matchday income such as hospitality, catering and weekly draws. Current government legislation prohibits us from allowing any members, supporters or sponsors into the ground. I mean, look how rural this place is. Look how open it is. Why aren't fans allowed back in? Anyway, I'm digressing. Back to the statement. With the COVID-19 situation unlikely to change for some time, it would be financially unsustainable for the club to continue to operate without having the aforementioned income streams. Could you imagine if this was Celtic or Rangers that this was happening to? The outcry would be insane. Anyway, digressing again, let me get back. You can see I'm passionate about this. I'm sorry, right, let me get back to the statement. With a drastically reduced projected income, we feel that that to play under these conditions would financially cripple the club, which could potentially raise doubts over our future existence. Quite simply, this is not a risk we are willing to take, and as such, we feel we have no other viable option than to withdraw from this season's league championship. We hope that everyone associated with the club understands our decision and can acknowledge that this was not taken lightly. We do, however, feel that this is the only viable option for Glenafton at this time. We would like to place on record our thanks to our fans, supporters, sponsors and members for their continued support of the club through this difficult time. We look forward to returning when circumstances allow. There's another statement here basically saying that they've accepted the resignation of their manager, who was here for 5.5 years. So even their manager of 5.5 years, obviously, what's he going to do for a year? Nothing. The same as the players. Like, what are they going to do? And I might be coming across as sort of angry or whatever now, but trust me, I'm not angry at the club. I'm not angry at anything to do with the manager or the players or anything like that. How can you be? I'm angry that things haven't been done sooner than this. I think clubs like this, like it said in that statement, might not be able to keep going ever, let alone just for this season. I know that England has a completely different league system to Scotland, and yeah, this argument that I'm about to make could be picked apart pretty easily, but I just don't know how the football world can sleep at night. Leeds United, yes, Leeds United spent £96 million in the summer. Chelsea, £222 million on new players. Man City, £138 million on new players. Liverpool paid over 40 million for Diogo Jota. Chelsea over 50 million on Ben Chilwell. Arsenal 45 mil for Partey from Atletico Madrid. Yes, these are all elite level players going to world-renowned clubs. I understand that. There's so much money in football, yet clubs like this are now going to be non-existent for a year, and maybe even longer, who knows. Look how close this stadium is to the housing, you know what I mean? This would mean so much to a community like this one here. The clubs that you'd visit as a young boy with your granddad are quickly fading into the abyss right in front of our eyes. Please share this video and let me know below if you think that the government help and support package will help clubs like this re-enter the league this season. What do the players do? What do the managers do? Do they just not play for a year or whatever? It's a short career and it seems like it's just being snatched away from them, and it really saddens me. I try and make my videos as positive and uplifting as possible. I've been meaning to make a video about Scottish junior football for so long now, and I couldn't come and make this video today without covering some of the topics of the challenges that these clubs face in this modern world. Yeah, please hit that like button, it really does help. I'll also leave some videos on screen that you can watch, and yeah, share this around, spread the word that Scottish football clubs are going out of existence. Yeah, I hope there's something that maybe one of you watching can do to help. I don't know, tell me in the comments what I can do to help. I'm just trying to raise awareness for this subject. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.